It's another day, and whew, I am just achy from like lawn tractor yoga. I promise you we're going to do those pulleys, but I couldn't think. I couldn't stop thinking while I was in my think tank, and I want to show you something. So we got done welding and repairing and basically making this deck great again. We are still waiting on some parts from the dealer. Honestly taking a little bit longer than it should. If I would have ordered them online, they would be here already. It is what it is. So I want to ask you guys two things. This here is for the belt stop, right? But when, like, does this go here to stop the pulley, or does it belong underneath? Because this deck has an issue of going underneath instead of staying up top. So I don't know if what's the way it's supposed to be. Number two, because we're waiting on a few things and they're taking longer, I forgot that we spoke about adding anti-scalp wheels. Now, according to the snapper diagram, you have one anti-scalp wheel on the deck over here somewhere, and believe it or not, right across from it, right, not, you know, like I'm used to deck wheels being one in the front, one in the front, one in the back, one in the back. It's either or, it's never, well, it is both on the nice higher-end machines, but I've never seen it where they're just, the only ones are across from each other. So they have one here, and it looks like maybe it goes here. Maybe. You know, this is supposed to be for the chute, and then this, see this here, this is blown out. What's that all about? But over in the back here, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing except these dimples. And right, see those dimples? There's 4 throughout the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know what those signify, as if, yeah, I don't know if those are casting marks or not. So I was just kind of eagle-eyeing these. And hold on, let me see which one is which. Yeah, so if we were to have this here, right, in theory, this would work, or is it this one here? Yeah, this one goes, so this one would be up front. See, this we could be up front one way or the other, but you see how it goes on an angle? Like, that's not going to fly because the wheel is going to hit. Let me just make sure I have this right. And then also, right, because we have it on an angle of some sort, right, you can't put the wheel here because then it's dragging. You know what I mean? It's not linear. If we were talking about like a car, like, and then like in an alignment, like the wheels are supposed to be straight. So this is pretty simple, where if we need to like straighten this out, we could just bend this, you know, install this, get it to the height that we want, you know, to protect the deck from it blowing out. So what I'm doing here is I'm just here, and I want to make sure this wheel hangs below the deck to protect it so we don't stop it from basically cracking again. Now this is just straight up eagle-eyeing, and the brackets from the website basically show, like, it's just like 40 bucks for brackets, right? And which is really not a big deal, but doesn't include any of the hardware. It doesn't include the wheels, which is fine because I could use wheels from this kit and call it a day. See how we're just, like, nothing is lining up? And if we tighten this wheel, it hits, you know, it's hitting the inside of the bracket, but we could bend this straight. Again, not the end of the world, but we have to make sure if we bend this straight, it's not going to interfere with anything. Now, I don't know, you know, can we put them on the inside? See how the inside, but then again, it's not linear, and it's not, you know, it's not hitting, you know, it's hitting things. So anyway, these are off of Husqvarna AYP mowers. I've used these kits in the past. These are, like, the price has gone up like everything else, but these are relatively inexpensive, and they still are relatively inexpensive considering. So what I have to do now is get this deck back up underneath the tractor and see if I could put these brackets on. You know, we'll eagle-eye it, put these brackets on, and see if they interfere if we try and straighten out the deck. If we straighten out the, the bracket so it doesn't hit. Oh, and one last thing. I promised you guys I would replace the pulleys yesterday, and I kind of got carried away with the deck because it got really kind of out of control. These are the pulleys. One of these is jacked up and one of these isn't. So I ordered one by mistake. I took it as a sign. I was looking for this. I took it as a sign that maybe I'm supposed to replace both in pairs. If one goes, it's potentially the other one may go. If this was my tractor, I don't know if I'd replace, you know, both or not. One was like 20 bucks, the other one was like 25. I know when you're buying and selling, you're kind of worrying about the bottom dollar, but in the grand scheme of things, that's really, what would you guys do? Tell me what you guys would do. It's very simple. Because the deck is off already, it's just one bolt. They drop out. I'm going to put the new ones in, and you know, we'll call it a day at that. But tell me, let me get these out and I'll show you what they look like. You just gotta manhandle it. All right. The links to purchase these will be in the description with the part numbers. These are both purchased from Amazon. The only reason why I did Amazon is, one, they were relatively inexpensive. Number two, it's supposed to be same day shipping. So I'm trying not to be married to this thing. The sooner we get this thing done, the sooner we get up to sale. I think one of these pulleys was cheaper from eBay by like $1 or $2, or maybe even a little bit less, but I'd rather just have it here right away. So here is the pulley that's in question. How does this happen? See, this is the top part and this is the bottom. And I can't tell you how many times I had this off, the deck off. And even when I was pressure washing it, I didn't see it till I did the video to replace the drive belt. So, did a rock get caught underneath here? And like, or something, and it burnt out the top but not the bottom? I mean, the tractor ran in drive. You've seen this. The bearing does not have any like play. See that? This thing still, thing spins pretty straight. So how does this happen? Answer that. Or is it just wear and tear? You know, the belt was worn or getting worn, and if it's not, you know, replaced when it's supposed to be, the belt rides up against the pulley and burns it out. I don't know. This other pulley is phenomenal. No play and spins. This is like your, see, we were talking about fidget spinners. If your kids started playing with stuff at a younger age, fidget spinners were, existed well before they, I don't want to get into it. You know what I mean? So why is one pulley like this and not the other? And if you were me, what would you do? Now I'm thinking as out loud. If I was doing this for if this was not my tractor and I was doing this for somebody else, I would say, hey, listen, while I'm in there, let's just replace it and just pay for the part. There is no, I mean, what do you charge labor-wise, you know? So, let me get this belt on here. We're gonna get the deck underneath and, you know, we're gonna start seeing if we could make everything work again. So remember, it seems to me that every belt on a tractor is literally shaped like a big piece. Alrighty, let's get these brackets out, let's get these wheels, and then we could do some fine tuning. Now I'm thinking of just kind of getting it to work while it's here. Yeah, this is gonna work. This is going to work. Let me see if I could prop this up for you guys. See how that's on an angle? See how this is on an angle? Now, I could bend this metal flat back straight and it's not going to interfere with anything. All right, so now here's the front. And we could do the wheel somewhere over here and then we could bend this forward. Now this wheel is going to sit higher than the other one, so do we kind of bring it lower here and then bend this straight so they kind of sit together, you know, sucked in the inside? Or do we bring it here? So we bring it further out and then I could bend this like up and over so it could sit, you know, a little deeper. Or maybe just cut the top and then we can just 2 holes, 1, 2, maybe drill a 3rd, wham bam, thank you ma'am, and call it a day. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to think about that myself. Alrighty, so we're gonna have to get this straight. So we're gonna start nice and simple and just put it in the vise. Don't make me bolt you to the driveway. There we go. One good umph. Here we go. You gotta balance. I'm really trying not to pull this deck again. You ever see this channel called Pakistani Truck Repair? I feel like Pakistani Mower Repair. So just trying to hammer this nice and straight, kind of sorta, eagle eye it, and then bring it up on the deck. Heat did not transfer. We'll see where we go. It's got to go the other way a little bit, but I think once we get this installed, we could fine tune it on the mower deck. To be honest with you, like I did with the other one. Alrighty guys, so here we go. This is loose, but once we tighten this up, this will be straighter. Does that make sense? If I need to tweak it a little bit the other way, I will. And then here we go, right here on this side. This looks like it's gonna come out just perfect. So I'm gonna get these pulled off. I'm gonna drop them off at the paint booth to get them done. When I say get them done, it's gonna be done here. But I'm gonna go get myself some lunch. I made myself some delicious pizza and pepperoni pinwheels yesterday for the missus and I get to enjoy some leftovers today. So tell me what you guys think. This was like 20 bucks for both, compared to if we were gonna go the OEM route and we would still have to drill, it looks like, it'd be at least 50 bucks. Oh, and we still need the wheel, so a heck of a lot more. Can't beat this for the little bit of effort that we had to do.